Street Talk! Yeah!
Welcome to Street Talk. I am your host, Jason, and this is for Tuesday, February the 10th. How's the month going so far? I know a lot of people sort of got off to a rough start, had some really brutal reds, tennis, soccer, ad hoc. I won't mention any names, but if we're off track, if we have a streak going, maybe a little early morning tennis can get us a green. Milos Raonic versus Andrey Kuznetsov. Now, very simple prop, over under 20 games or fewer versus 21 or more. Now, Milos is a minus 1200 favorite, which we'd expect with Kuznetsov 88th world ranking. But how is that going to pan out when it comes to over and under in games? Now, just the straight over under line is set at 21.5. So it seems like as far as the prop goes, over is getting a little bit more value. And plus, on top of that, over 21.5 is slightly favored. When we remove the vig, it's a 52% favorite. So the prop over 21 or more will be a little bit more than that. So that may point us in the right direction. We'll see how it goes. Over under for sets, under 2.5 is a minus 600 favorite. That's 79% when we remove the vig. Now, when we just look at either Raonic winning 2-love or Kuznetsov winning 2-love, that's really going to be the only thing that we factor in when we're trying to calculate the probability in this prop. Because, yes, this could go 3 sets and under still hit, but we're talking about a 6-love set and at most a 6-1 and another 6-1 set. Just not likely in this type of match. So, when we look at the chances of Raonic winning 2-love, and when we add that to the probability of Kuznetsov winning 2-love, we come up with 76.8%, which is pretty right in line with what we had for over-under sets. So we're talking in the high 70s. Now, this is sort of interesting. Kuznetsov game score plus 4.5 was favored at minus 150. When we remove the vig, he's a 56% favorite. Now still, that would still hit with a 6-4, 6-4 Raonic victory. But we've already said over is slightly favored. Now when we break it down even further, under 19, under 20, 20 exactly games, 21 exactly games, over 21 games, over 22 games. Over 21 is favored with the second biggest favorite over 22. So it seems like the betting odds, especially when we remove the vig, the implied probability is pointing us to more than 21. Now, a couple of interesting stats. In his 5 matches this year in the Australian Open, Raonic had 5 tiebreakers. So he averaged a tiebreaker a match. Why is that significant? Because if he has 1 tiebreaker, that's going to be 13 games, it's going to be hard-pressed for the under to then hit. Yes, it could be a 6-love game. Yes, it could be a 6-1 game. But that's really not going to be that likely. The flip point in the first set is at 10 games, which is be about what we would expect. So I'm actually going to lean toward over 21 for the green. I don't think, after I crunched the numbers, I was hoping to come up with something a little bit more that I could sink my teeth into, maybe put a bigger streak on, but they don't quite give me that sort of feel. Raonic does tend to play tiebreakers, and in fact, a tiebreaker being played in the match is slightly favored at 52%. So I think that that's a good possibility. Maybe even Kuznetsov pulling off a set. I wouldn't put a lot of faith in that. But Raonic reminds me a lot of Isner, right? Big, powerful serve, but the rest of his game just hasn't caught up to that serve. So I'm going to go over 21, maybe a medium or small streak. Definitely a good play for monthly players. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see you next time on Street Talk.